Hi everyone, this is the Bible reading video for section 8, lesson 6. Yes, I'm reading the Bible in my car. I'm living in a new house and I have roommates, and I talk very quietly in the new house for some reason. So I'm going to be recording the Bible reading videos and the lesson videos in my car from now on, so that I can read confidently and like with a loud projecting voice, so that it's actually picking up and the sounds coming through. And then I'll do the art videos at home. Those are harder to do in the car, but I don't really need to talk during those. All right, so today we're reading Deuteronomy 9 through 12 and Psalm 48. Deuteronomy 9. Hear, O Israel, you are crossing the Jordan today to go in to dispossess nations greater and more powerful than you, great cities fortified to heaven, a great people and tall, sons of Anakim, who you know and of whom you have heard it said, who can stand before the sons of Anak. So know today with confident assurance that the Lord your God is crossing the Jordan before you like a devouring fire. He will destroy them. He will subdue them before you, and you shall drive them out and destroy them quickly, just as the Lord has promised you. Do not say in your heart, when the Lord your God has driven them out before you, because of my righteousness the Lord has brought me in to possess this land. But because of the wickedness of the nations, the Lord is dispossessing them before you. It is not for your righteousness or for the uprightness of your heart that you are going to possess their land, but because of the wickedness of these nations, the Lord your God is driving them out before you, and to confirm the oath which the Lord swore to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Know without any doubt that the Lord your God is not giving you this good land to possess because of your righteousness, for you are a stiff-necked, stubborn, obstinate people. Remember with remorse, and do not forget how you provoked the Lord your God to wrath in the wilderness. From the day you left the land of Egypt until you arrived in this place, you have been rebellious against the Lord. And at Horeb, Sinai, you provoked the Lord to wrath, and the Lord was so angry with you that he would have destroyed you. When I went up to the mountain to receive the tablets of stone, the tablets of the covenant which the Lord made with you, I remained on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. I did not eat food or drink water. The Lord gave me the 2 tablets of stone written with the finger of God, and on them were written all the words which the Lord has spoken to you at the mountain, from the midst of the fire on the day of the assembly. It came about at the end of 40 days and 40 nights that the Lord gave me the 2 tablets of stone, the tablets of the covenant. Then the Lord said to me, Arise, go down from here quickly, for your people who you brought up from Egypt have acted corruptly. They have quickly turned aside from the way which I commanded them. They have cast a molten image for themselves. Furthermore, the Lord said to me, I have seen this people, and indeed they are stiff-necked, stubborn, obstinate people. Let me alone so that I may destroy them and wipe out their name from under heaven, and I will make of you a nation mightier and greater than they. So I turned and came down from the mountain, while the mountain was burning with fire, and the 2 tablets of the covenant were in my 2 hands. And I saw that you have indeed sinned against the Lord your God. You had made for yourselves a molten calf idol. You had turned aside quickly from the way which the Lord had commanded you. So I took hold of the 2 tablets and threw them from my 2 hands and smashed them before your very eyes. Then, as before, I fell down before the Lord for another 40 days and 40 nights. I did not eat food nor drink water because of all the sin you had committed by doing what was evil in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. For I was afraid of the anger and absolute fury which the Lord held against you, enough divine fury to destroy you. But the Lord listened to me that time also. The Lord was very angry with Aaron, angry enough to destroy him. So I also prayed for Aaron at the same time. I took your sinful thing, the calf which you had made, and burned it in the fire and thoroughly crushed it, grinding the metal thoroughly until it was as fine as dust. And I threw its dust into the brook that came down from the mountain. At Tiberah also, and at Amasa, and at Kibroth Hattaavah, you provoked the Lord to wrath. And when the Lord sent you from Kadesh Barnea, saying, Go up and take possession of the land which I have given you, then you rebelled against the command of the Lord your God, and you did not believe or rely on him, nor did you obey his voice. You have been rebellious against the Lord from the first day that I knew you. So I fell down and lay face down before the Lord 40 days and nights, because the Lord had said he would destroy you. Then I prayed to the Lord and said, O Lord God, do not destroy your people, even your inheritance, whom you have redeemed through your greatness, whom you have brought from Egypt with a mighty hand. Remember with compassion your servants, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Do not look at the stubbornness of this people, or at their wickedness, or at their sin, so that the people of the land from which you brought us will not say, because the Lord was not capable of bringing them into the land which he had promised them, and because he hated them, he has brought them out into the wilderness in order to kill them. Yet they are your people and your inheritance, whom you have brought out by your great power and by your outstretched arm. Deuteronomy 10. At that time the Lord said to me, Cut out for yourselves 2 tablets of stone like the first, and come up to me on the mountain, and make an ark, chest of wood for yourself. I will write on the tablets the words that were on the first tablets, which you shattered, and you shall put them in the ark. So I made an ark of acacia wood, and cut out 2 tablets of stone like the first, and went up the mountain with the 2 tablets in my hand. The Lord wrote on the tablets, like the first writing, the 10 commandments, which the Lord had spoken to you on the mountain, from the midst of the fire on the day of the assembly. Then the Lord gave them to me. Then I turned and came down from the mountain and put the tablets in the ark which I had made, and they are there, just as the Lord commanded me. Now the sons of Israel traveled from the wells of the sons of Jacob to Messerah. There Aaron died, and there he was buried, and Eleazar his son ministered as priest in his place. From there they traveled to Gadgoda, and from Gadgoda to Jotbatha, a land of brooks of water. At that time the Lord set apart the tribe of Levi to carry the ark of the covenant of the Lord, to stand before the Lord to serve him, and to bless his name until this day. Therefore Levi does not have a portion or inheritance of tribal land with his brothers. The Lord is his inheritance, as the Lord your God has promised him. And I stayed on the mountain like the first time, 40 days and nights, and the Lord listened to me. At that time also the Lord was not willing to destroy you. Then the Lord said to me, Arise, go on your journey ahead of the people, so that they may go in and take possession of the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. And now, Israel, what does your Lord your God require of you but to fear and worship the Lord your God with all-filled reverence and profound respect, to walk, that is, to live each and every day in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, your choices, your thoughts, your whole being, and to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes which I am commanding you today for your good. Behold, the heavens and the highest of the heavens belong to the Lord your God, the earth and all that is in it. Yet the Lord had a delight in loving your fathers, and set his affection on them, and he chose their descendants after them, you above all peoples, as it is this day. So circumcise, that is, remove sin from your heart, and be stiff-necked, stubborn, obstinate no longer. For the Lord your God is a God of gods, and the Lord of lords, the great, the mighty, the awesome God, who does not show partiality nor take a bribe. He executes justice for the orphan and the widow, and shows his love for the stranger, resident, alien, foreigner, by giving him food and clothing. Therefore show your love for the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. You shall fear and worship the Lord your God with all-filled reverence and profound respect. You shall serve him and cling to him, hold tightly to him, be united with him, and you shall swear oaths by his name. He is your praise and glory. He is your God, who has done for you these things, these great and awesome things, which you have seen with your own eyes. Your fathers went down to Egypt, 70 persons in all, and now the Lord your God has made you as numerous as the stars of the heavens. Deuteronomy 11. Therefore you shall love the Lord your God, and always keep his charge, his statutes, his precepts, and his commandments. It is your obligation to him. Know this day that I am speaking to your children, who have not known by personal experience and have not seen firsthand the instruction and discipline of the Lord your God, his greatness, his mighty hand, and his outstretched arm, and his signs and his works, which he did in the midst of Egypt, to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and to all his land, and what he did to the army of Egypt, to its horses and its chariots, when he made the water of the Red Sea engulf them as they pursued you, and how the Lord completely destroyed them, and what he did to you in the wilderness until you came to this place, and what he did to Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, the sons of Reuben, when the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them, their households, their tents, and every living thing that followed them, in the midst of all Israel. For your eyes have seen all the great work of the Lord which he did. Therefore you shall keep all the commandments which I am commanding you today, so that you may be strong and go in and take possession of the land which you are crossing over the Jordan to possess. so that you may live long on the land which the Lord swore solemnly promised to your fathers to give them and to their descendants, a land of great abundance, flowing with milk and honey. For the land which you are entering to possess is not like the land of Egypt from which you have come, where you sowed your seed and watered it with your foot like a garden of vegetables. But the land in which you are about to cross to possess, a land of hills and valleys, drinks water from the rain of heaven, a land for which the Lord your God cares. The eyes of the Lord your God are always on it, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. It shall come about, if you listen obediently and pay attention to my commandments, which I command you today, to love the Lord your God and serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, your choices, your thoughts, your whole being. Then he will give you rain for your land in its season, and early fall rain and late spring rain, so that you may gather in your grain and your new wine and your olive oil. And he will give grass in your fields for your cattle, and you will eat and be satisfied. Beware that your hearts are not deceived, and that you do not turn away from the Lord your God, and serve other gods and worship them, or else the Lord's anger will be kindled and burn against you, and he will shut up the heavens, so that there will be no rain, and the land will not yield its fruit, and you will perish quickly from the good land which the Lord is giving you. Therefore you shall impress these words of mine on your heart and on your soul, and tie them as a sign to your hand, and they shall be as bands, frontlets on your forehead. You shall teach them diligently to your children, impressing God's precepts on their minds and penetrating their hearts with his truths, speaking of them when you sit in your house and when you walk along the road and when you lie down and when you rise up. You shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates, so that your days and the days of your children may be multiplied in the land which the Lord swore to your fathers to give them, as long as the heavens are above the earth. For if you are careful to keep all this commandment, which I am commanding you to do, to love the Lord your God, to walk, that is, to live each and every day in all his ways, and to hold tightly to him, then the Lord will drive out all these nations from before you, and you shall dispossess nations greater and mightier than you. Every place on which your sole of your foot treads shall become yours. Your territory shall be from the wilderness to Lebanon, and from the river Euphrates, as far as the western sea, the Mediterranean. No man will be able to stand before you. The Lord your God will lay the fear and the dread of you on all the land on which you set foot, just as he has spoken to you. Behold, today I am setting before you a blessing and a curse. The blessing, if you listen to and obey the commandments of the Lord your God, for which I am commanding you today, and the curse, if you do not listen to and obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside from the way that I am commanding you today, by following, acknowledging, worshiping other gods which you have not known. It shall come about, when the Lord your God brings you into the land which you are entering to possess, that you shall place the blessing on Mount Gerizim and the curse on Mount Ebal. Are they not across the Jordan, west of the road, toward the sunset, in the land of the Canaanites who live in the Arabah, opposite of Gilgal, beside the oaks of Moreh? For you are about to cross the Jordan to go in to possess the land which the Lord your God is giving you, and you shall possess it and live in it, and you shall be careful to do all the statutes and the judgments which I am setting before you today. One more. Deuteronomy 12. These are the statutes and judgments, precepts which you shall carefully do in the land which the Lord your God, the God of your fathers, has given you to possess as long as you live on the earth. You shall utterly destroy all the places where the nations whom you shall dispossess serve their gods, on the high mountains and the hills, and under every green leafy tree. You shall tear down their altars and smash their idolatrous pillars and burn their Asherim in the fire. You shall cut down the carved and sculpted images of their gods and obliterate their name from that place. You shall not act like this toward the Lord your God, but you shall seek the Lord at a place which the Lord your God will choose out of all the tribes to establish his name there for his dwelling place, and there you shall come to worship him. There you shall bring your burnt offerings, your sacrifices, your tithes, the contribution of your hand, your votive, pledge vowed offerings, your free will voluntary offerings, and the firstborn of your herd and of your flock. There you and your household shall eat before the Lord your God, and rejoice in all which you put your hand to, in which the Lord God has blessed you. You shall not do at all what we are doing here in this camp today, every man doing whatever is right in his own eyes. For you have not come yet you come to the resting place and to the inheritance which the Lord your God is giving you. When you cross the Jordan and live in the land which the Lord your God is giving you to inherit, and he gives you rest from all your enemies around you, so that you live in security, then it shall come about that the place which the Lord your God will choose for his name, his presence, to dwell, there you shall bring everything that I am commanding you, your burnt offerings, your sacrifice, your tithes, and the voluntary contributions of your hand as a first gift from the fruits of the ground, and all your choice votive offerings which you vow to the Lord. And you shall rejoice before the Lord your God, and you and your sons, and your daughters, and your male and female servants, and the Levite who is within your city gates, since he has no portion or inheritance with you. Be careful that you do not offer your burnt offerings in every cultic place you see, but only in the place where the Lord will choose, in one of your tribes. There you shall offer burnt offerings, and there you shall do everything that I am commanding you. However, you may slaughter and eat meat within any of your city gates whenever you wish, according to the blessing of the Lord your God, which he has given you, as his generous provision for daily life. The ceremonial unclean and the clean may eat it, such as the gazelle and the deer, only you shall not eat the blood. You are to pour it out on the ground like water. You are forbidden to eat within your city gates the tithe of your grain, or new wine or oil, or the firstborn of your herd or flock, or any of your votive offerings, or your freewill offerings, or your contribution of your hand. But you shall eat them before the Lord your God in the place in which your Lord your God will choose, you and your son and your daughter, and your male and female servants, and the Levite who is within your city gates, and you shall rejoice before the Lord your God in all that you undertake. Be careful that you do not neglect the Levite who serves God, as long as you live in your land. When the Lord your God extends your territory as he promised you, and you say, I will eat meat because you want to eat meat, then you may eat meat whenever you wish. In the place where the Lord God chooses to put his name presence is too far away from you, then you may slaughter animals from your herd or flock which the Lord has given you, just as I have commanded you, and you may eat within your city gates whatever you wish. Just as the gazelle or the deer is eaten, so you may eat it, but not make it an offering. The ceremony unclean and the clean alike may eat it. Only be sure that you do not eat the blood, for the blood is the life soul, and you shall not eat the life with the meat. You shall not eat it. You shall pour it out on the ground like water. You shall not eat it, so that it will be well with you and with your children after you, because you will be doing what is right in the sight of the Lord. However, you shall take your holy things which you have to offer, and your votive pledge vow offerings. You shall take them and go to the place which the Lord will choose, and you shall offer your burnt offerings, the meat and the blood, on the altar of the Lord your God, and the blood of your sacrifices shall be poured out on the altar of the Lord your God, and you shall eat the meat. Be careful to listen to all these words which I am commanding you, so that it may be well with you and with your children after you forever, because you will be doing what is good and right in the sight of the Lord your God. When the Lord your God cuts off and destroys before you the nations which you are going in to dispossess, and you dispossess them and settle in their land, beware that you are not lured and snared into following them after they have been destroyed before you, and that you do not inquire about their gods, saying, how do these nations serve their gods, so that I too may do likewise. You shall not behave this way toward the Lord your God, for they have done for their gods every repulsive thing which the Lord hates. For they even burn their sons and their daughters in the fire as sacrifices to their gods. Everything I command you, you shall be careful to do it. You shall not add to it or take away from it. Psalms 48. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised, in the city of our God, his holy mountain. Fair and beautiful in elevation, the joy of all the earth, is Mount Zion, the city of David, in the far north, the city of the great King, God in her palaces. He has made for himself known as a stronghold. For lo, the kings assembled themselves, they came and passed by together. They saw it, then they were amazed. They were stricken with terror, they fled in alarm. Panic seized them there, and pain as that of a woman in childbirth with the east wind. And you shattered the ships of Tarshish. As we have heard, so we have seen in the city of the Lord of hosts, the city of our God. God will establish her forever. We have thought of your loving kindness, O God, in the midst of your temple. As is your name, O God, so is your praise to the ends of the earth. Your right hand is full of rightness, justice. Let Mount Zion be glad, let the daughters of Judah rejoice because of your righteous judgments. Walk about Zion, go all around her, count her towers, consider her ramparts, go through her palaces, that you may tell the next generation about her glory. For this is God, our God forever and ever. He will be our guide even until death.